for Star Telegram. Game of interest. You just talk about, you guys were so close a couple of times with the Schoonmaker and then you
Yeah.
balance 2-point conversion in at the end. See this coming yard short.
Yeah, you said it. It's a game of inches. It's why you got to love this game. It's tough. It's tough to win. We fought our asses off. Obviously, they did. Great NFC's matchup. They came out with it tonight. But as you just said, an inch or two on one of those three plays, and we could be talking about a different outcome. So, but they got this one. Sucks. We're gonna take it. We're gonna move forward and use the fight. Use a lot of the success. A lot of good things came out of this game despite the loss. On the road, division game, great opponent they are. Success that they've had in their environment. As I said, it sucks in the moment, but a lot of good we can take from this and use as we keep going.
Dak, talks with you. It's been CD Lamb and what he's been able to do these last few weeks. You've told us before it's about the work you guys have all put in. Is there anything above and beyond that where you guys just feel like you're locked in with each other?
I mean, it goes back to the work. It goes back to the chemistry, the trust. A lot of guys put in work in the offseason. There's many days where it was just me and CD, to be honest with you. So, I mean, and when that happens, there becomes, communication, a chance to talk, a chance to just get on the same page. And as I said last week and before, I mean, you got to credit Mike, Shoddy, those guys for the designs and putting him in favorable matchups. And then, obviously, it's just CD Lamb being CD Lamb, being a big-time player. Some run after catch, making big-time catches, and wanting the ball, wanting to be in those positions, wanting to be in those situations, as we talked about probably a month ago, right, from the frustration. And that's where that came from, is he knows what he can bring to this team. He knows what he can do with the ball in his hand, and it's just been consecutive weeks now that he's continued to show that, and don't expect anything to change.
You get down to the 6 on that last drive. After starting at 15, what's going through your mind? Because you get down there pretty quickly.
So we're going to win. I mean, at no point in my mind throughout that game did I think anything different. Obviously, it sucked in the first possession, or that second to last possession, not converting that fourth down, but having tons of trust in our defense. They go out there and they do what they need to do, get us the ball back, and with under a minute left, still got trust that we're going to go out there and we're going to trust and faith just in our guys and what the work that we've put in, that we're going to get it done. And yeah, we got close. We got close. We're doing things the right way. We just got an inch here, an inch there, make that difference, and we'll find a way to gain that.
Dak Prescott, The Athletic. You talked about trust. You went to Luke Schoonmaker and Jalen Tolbert in some big moments. How have you developed that trust in a lot of these supplementary weapons outside of CD and those guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing things the right way. They come in each and every day with the right approach. Young guys who are hungry to learn, young guys who are hungry to make plays. They want more responsibility. And when you see them make catches and make plays like that's what it comes from, is them practicing the right way, them being in the right spot, doing things at practice, making those catches at practice when we compete and go against our defense. And then when you get out here, you just have trust. I mean, I've talked about it before. That's me just going through my reads, trusting the guys that coaches put in those spots, and these young guys have been stepping up and making plays.
When you guys got down to the goal line, it looked like you signaled that 71 was eligible. Can you take us through the
I mean, yeah, obviously, everybody saw I did. I don't know why he didn't give me a yes or a no. He looked like, I don't know. I mean, I assumed after I did it enough times that I was wasting his time, and so I really don't understand that. And he said that he's got to do it himself, and Chuma said he did it, and so I just went to make sure, but I thought I didn't hear it over the intercom. Obviously, I've got stuff going in my head, so that's why I checked with him, and I thought anybody could report, especially the quarterback could report for him, but you learn something every day.
Yeah. Tim Cowshaw, Dallas Morning News. Going back to the 6-yard line again, you got there so fast and so cleanly at the end. Did those 2 sacks just kind of come from out of nowhere, because they weren't stopping you at all?
Yeah, one of them. I mean, obviously both. I've got to be better, get the ball out of my hands in a situation like that. A little detail on one of the routes there that could have been cleaner. That didn't happen, but as you said, for us to get down there and then just kind of stall out, we've got to be better. We put ourselves. We practice these situations a lot, and obviously you don't practice, getting there and then backing up, and then so. But still, we had a chance at it that last play, a play we felt very, very comfortable with. I think that last moving back 5 yards obviously hurt that play. That play's supposed to be, right there in the end zone, about a yard. And I think just that last pushing us back toward the 30, a little bit outside of the 25, makes that play a little bit tougher when guys are standing right there at the goal line. But it was tough. I mean, it was a great game, obviously, on both ends, and tough to be on the losing end of it. And as you said, especially when we had so much success and got down in that red zone and then didn't complete it.
And leaving here 2.5 back when you got so close when you could have been tied next week. What's the feeling of that?
Run our own race. Run our race. Obviously, we've got a goal in winning this division, being the best team in the NFC East and in the NFC. And then obviously we know that pushes to playoff position and all that. But at the end of the day, we've got to run our own race. We got New York next week, right? Yeah. So I mean, focus on New York. Simple as that. The moment we start checking tickers and worry about who these guys got, what they've got going on, we're getting out of our lane and probably not taking care of the things we need to be focused on. So I know for me personally, and that's just me going to be leading the guys, and I know Mike's got the same message of run our race. And when we get to the end of this, we'll see where we are, we'll see our positioning, and feel good about where we are, just because we're trying to build each and every week, and that's as important as anything 9 weeks into this thing.
Joe Triggin, WFAA TV. The outside notion was that this was a litmus test for you guys coming in. How would you grade yourself on that test?
I usually, like to think highly of myself, but I don't know what kind of test that is. Litmus?
It's a chemistry term. This was a measuring stick game.
Okay, there we go.
So
There
how
we
would you
go.
grade yourself on the test?
I am from Louisiana.
My bad.
And Mississippi, so you're right. Different words, That's all you had to say was measure. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if that's the case, we didn't pass, and that's what it sucks. You want to come into this game, everybody in that locker room believed, and we still do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're inches away. As we talked about on 3 different plays, from this being a different game or being a different outcome near the end of the game of the way that it was being played. But we're getting better. I can promise you that, and we're going to continue to get better. There's not. Yeah, we're getting better, and we're okay. We're damn sure okay.
How do you work through the frustration of it being so close and just being inches?
You got to believe, man. You got to believe. And this is the National Football League, and you just played a team that played in the Super Bowl last year. You got to understand who they are. Give them all the credit in the world on both sides of the ball, their coaching staff, their players, this atmosphere. You got to give all that credit. And then there's no moral victories in this, I can promise you that. Not by any means, but being inches away, we know we're doing the right thing. We just got to continue to work at it, and get better, and find a way in the way that we're working to improve. Simple as that. I mean, you're getting better, you're getting worse. Nobody's staying the same, so we're going to keep working to get better, period.
How well are you playing right now? Last week you talked about you were in the middle, and certainly you didn't win, but you certainly had a great game today, and you continue to make plays with your legs and your arm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. I feel great. Freedom within this offense, being on the same page as Mike. Something we talked about, play caller purpose. Yeah, guys are fighting their ass off. I understand I want to extend plays. Yeah, I feel good. But at the end of the day, I judge myself on wins. And as I've told y'all before, I'm myself's biggest critic. So I can promise you, I can tell you about 2 or 3 plays off the top of my head I'll lose sleep over. But that's why I'll continue to work, and I will get better because of them.
Dak Prescott for DallasCowboys.com. Keeping to the offense, obviously, game of inches, you're going to need a break or 2, but most, if not all, the breaks went the other way. But this is still a game where you guys offensively had almost 400 yards of production, build on top of what happened against the LA Rams. How confident do you feel as far as the Texas Coast offense and its ability to be explosive?
Yeah, very confident, honestly. I mean, as I said, it's the work that we put into this thing. You talk about maybe why I'm playing well, or as I say, freedom, just growing into this thing. First couple of weeks, talked about, so much footwork, and then now really listening to my feet, being balled in, allowing just the offense to play within itself, guys getting open, guys wanting the ball, guys being hungry, really getting it to guys in space. Things are working as we have planned, being on the same page with Mike, with Shotty. A lot of communication throughout the game that's going well for us. But at the end of the day, it's about getting wins. And we didn't do that today, so we'll get back to it. We'll continue to work at the things we're having success at, figure out some ways that are the things that we didn't do so well on offense and get better. And honestly, defense play their ass off. That's a hell of an offense on the other side, and they gave us an opportunity a couple times to win this game. So there's room to improve, obviously.
Dak, the two replays where you guys lost points, the catch at the goal line and your two-point conversion, did you watch the replays on the board as it was playing out? Did you know they were going to go against you? What are the emotions of that like in the moment of those two?
Damn. Game of inches, honestly. I mean, game of inches. The first one, right, to Schoon, I guess, was the first one. Great catch by him. You know, that's first that would hit my mind. Great catch, way to compete, way to go get that ball. Yeah, it was crazy. The guy's his knee was down a little early. Tough. It's a game of inches, honestly. And then on mine, really just mad at myself for not just tagging the pile line earlier with two hands, diving. Thought I kind of had it, and yeah, foot, yeah.
You surprised yourself with your speed?
No, more disappointed I didn't trust my speed and just get vertical, honestly. Knowing who was chasing me, I mean, obviously Brandon's a hell of a player, has speed, has been a great player on the edge his whole career, but at that point I had it. I just, yeah, I mean, I was just going for the pylon and played it too close, and obviously we get that. Those last two possessions are completely different, so it sucks.
Were you surprised to get flipped on that other run over on the left side?
Flipped?
Flipped in the air?
No, I mean, I knew it was going to be that, to be honest with you. Saw Darius out there, and maybe if it was just me and Darius, you know, try to go to run him over, but obviously I felt somebody else coming and felt like I could, you know, get over the top of anything. And in those situations, I'm going to protect my legs as much as taking shots to the knees or anything. So, yeah, I mean, it's close. You know, in a sense, it's like, do I reach the ball out? But, you know, we always go over things like that. And knowing that there's more bodies around, probably made the right decision in that case. But, yeah, I did.
Last one, Son.
Dak, your teammates talked about the calm and confidence that you had in the huddle in the last two drives. Is that something you've developed over your career in those critical situations, and how do you kind of express that to your teammates?
I feel like I've had it in a sense. I mean, just to be honest with you, comes from the preparation at the end of the day. Simple as that. The work that you put in, the work that we've put in the off season, the work that I put in throughout the week. You obviously don't want to plan to be in those situations because you know that's that, but you have to go through the preparation in case, and I've done that, you know what I mean? And understanding now that, I guess, now in the latter part of my career, it's younger guys that I'm in there with, so I know how important that is as well. And when I was younger, it was important because I knew I had older vets that I couldn't show panic to. So something that I've always tried to take pride in, and at the end of the day, it just results back to my preparation and the work that I put into this, believing in myself, believing in my teammates, believing in the work that we've deposited to be able to come out and have success in those moments. And we were close tonight, as I said, on that last play, knew the play that was coming in, and felt good about it all the way, you know, even through the catch. And they did a great job of defending the goal line, and it's National Football League. Thank you.
Already.